Well, here we go. After a 2-week break, Six Nations is back and I am buzzing. Fantasy for me, especially last round, hasn't been great, and I know from the comments a lot of you are getting frustrated as well, just at the point system and the way things are calculated. I also feel you, but I do love this game, so definitely continuing with fantasy. If you are new here, as I always say, subscribe to the channel, make it a pretty decent community, definitely over, maybe 3,500 now. So really appreciate your guys' support, and who doesn't love a bit of fantasy and rugby? I know I do. Let's get in to team selection, because I know that's all you guys have been waiting for. So, if you've watched my previous video, best performers so far in fantasy, just for the first 2 rounds, then you'll probably be familiar with the front row. So I have backed just the top performers within the last 2 rounds. We've gone Showman, Sheehan, and Fischetti. With Schoeman, I mean, he's got a really good fixture. England at home. I know England may sound a little bit, difficult, but they're a little bit ropey at the moment, especially with their defence. They're still trying to get it clicked. So I am backing Showman again, just to have a decent fixture. He does stay on pretty much the whole game as well. And look, Scotland are at home, right? They're flying. They almost beat France last time out, so they're going to be pretty hurt from that and going to want to come back strong in this next fixture. I think Schoeman is just a nailed-on option. I think one of the best props, stays on and also carries lots as well. Someone who is also a mainstay for me is going to be Dan Sheehan. So look, 3 tries already in the tournament, and that is against, albeit Italy, but also 1 against France. Probably the toughest other team apart from Ireland in the tournament. They've got Wales at home, which is such a good fixture. I think, looking at Wales' defence, certainly against Scotland in that first half, is shaky. Against this Ireland attack, I am definitely worried for Wales, to be honest. Dan Sheehan, such a dynamic ball carrier. Only problem here is they've got Ronan Kelleher to come on, probably at 60 minutes every time, but that's quite usual for hookers anyway. So, only downside I see is minutes, but the positives definitely outweigh. He's such a good ball carrier. And then finally, I have gone Fischetti. So, many of you might be thinking, interesting. But look, he's got the most average points so far in the last 2 rounds. We all know a pretty good result for Italy, I'd say, against England, a few points behind. They are against France away, which is obviously going to be a tougher fixture, but I do feel like, especially having Ireland last time out, he's still racking up good points. I think if they are going to get on the ball, Fischetti's going to be one of their main power carriers, so I also think the scrum is going to be pretty big as well. Winnie Antonio, Fischetti is a match made in heaven, so I think, look, based on the last 2 rounds, Fischetti is who I'm going with. Up next, following on again from my previous video, I've gone Joe McCarthy. Absolutely outstanding the last 2 rounds. Got a man of the match, hopefully he can do a little bit more. But they are against Wales, and that line out, for me, Wales' line out has been so shaky. So Joe McCarthy is definitely in. Nicola Canone, however, I would say probably a budget option to, I guess, spend elsewhere in the team. You'll see later. But looking at his tackles, he's made 29 tackles in the last 2 games. So for me, that can't go unheard of. And he is pretty decent, especially for ball carrying. We know his brother Lorenzo at 8 is their star ball carrier, but Canone also loves to get his hands on the ball. I think budget option wise, pretty decent. If you can back more expensive Tyburn, then obviously go for him, but Canone I think will do a job. Into the back row, which I'm hoping is going to get me decent points this round. Starting off, we've got Rafael. He is up against Ireland, really tough fixture. Then we've got Ben Earl, another somewhat tough fixture against Scotland away. And then we've got Charles Olivon. An injury to Aldry, he has to step up. So again, if you've watched my previous video, Tommy Rafal has been in absolutely star-studded form. 88 metres carried, especially for, I guess, like a jackal nerd. Breakdown steals has all been 5, right? So we all know he's doing the stuff that he's good at, but for me, it's his ball carrying at the moment. Do I expect Wales to have much of the ball against Ireland? No, I think breakdown steals for me and tackling is going to be key to getting him good points. But also at the moment, he's just shining for Wales, so I guess just why not continue to pick him? Again, another previous video, best players so far, and Ben Earl, he's in it. If England are to go to Scotland, get a good win, then look, Ben Earl is England's best player, right? So I do expect him to perform. Whether he's going to perform another 50 points like he did against Wales, I'm not too sure. But I think, look, it could click for England and Ben Earl is going to be at the heartbeat of it. An outsider pick, maybe, is Charles Ollivon. So last 2 rounds, Greg Aldry has been fantastic. Scored, I think, well above 20 points each round. And also, we know he went off injured last time out. So I am expecting him to be out. Hoping Charles Ollivon steps up. He's not going to be like for like. He's not going to go 8. He is obviously an out-and-out 7/6. But he does love to sit in those wide channels. And against Italy, I think with France having lots of the ball, wanting to spread around, he's going to be key. Only made 40 metres at the moment, which is a little bit worrying. But look, also he's got line-out steals on his side, right? So I think Charles Ollivon is a decent pick. He's also performed in previous fantasies as well. Into the halfbacks, probably, well, maybe no surprise. I've gone for Ben White, who has been pretty decent last few rounds, and also Jack Crowley. Definitely pulling the strings for Ireland now, and I think he's turned into such a good player. So Ben White, last few rounds, has been decent. Scored a try, as we all know, but metres carried almost 30, which I think is actually pretty decent for scrum half. In the previous video, we saw that Garbisi was actually top average points over the 2 games. Just shows that, I guess, scrum halves just aren't high point scorers. With Dupont being out, it's just kind of a potluck at the moment to who to pick. But I think Ben White controls that game really nicely for Scotland. And also against England, his previous team at under 20s. Also, at fly half, in previous videos, you have definitely heard me singing the praises of Finn Russell. I haven't picked him, I know, shocking. I do favour that fixture as well against England, but if it's raining, I think it's just going to be more of a scrappy game, going to be kicking. So I do back Ireland to beat Wales, and Jack Crowley's going to be at the heart. Can I just allude to metres carried 152 as well? I know last time out they were against Italy, but that's a pretty crazy stat from a 10. That's just the way he loves to play, and look, if he continues to do that, which he could do against that Welsh defence, he's going to rack up some decent points. In to the centres. Again, I hate to sound like a broken record. If you've watched my previous video, you'd have seen Gael Fickou and Hugh Jones are the top performers from the past 2 rounds. Gael Fickou absolutely stormed it last time out. Huge carriers as well, almost 100 metres made, got man of the match, which is so good. I hope he does the same again against Italy. I think they will. Slight hesitation there. France have obviously been a little bit on and off the boil, almost lost to Scotland, and obviously lost to Ireland first time out. So I think Italy will be a good run out for them. I think get the ball in their hands, like Fickou, Penaud, get some metres made, and just playing how we know they play. So Fickou, experience, we know what he's going to do. Decent player. Hugh Jones, again similar. I do expect him against England to get his hands on the ball. 118 metres made as well, last 2 rounds. That's really, really good. He loves to get on those outside channels of 13. But also, look, he got an assist last time out. So if he's not scoring on those outside channels, he's popping it back inside, outside to winger, scrum half. Could be Ben White, I'm hoping. So I think Hugh Jones is a solid pick. Right, now for the back 3, which hasn't favoured me in the past 2 rounds. Really shocking picks. The only decent pick has been Van der Merwe captain against Wales. So I've gone for James Lowe, man of the match last time out. I'm hoping another decent fixture against Wales, he can do exactly the same. He is a focal point as well, right? So I'm just hoping he can get his hands on the ball. Also, 50-22s are really good points now, and James Lowe, we know he loves to kick, use that boot. but also look super powerful as well. If he can make decent meters, then he's going to be a shoo-in for hopefully racking up some good points. Next up, I have played my captain, and I have put it on Tomás Ramos. So last time out, he actually did pretty decently, 31 points. First game, only 16, so yeah, not good at all. Last time out, 31 points, pretty decent. Got his boot over conversion penalties as well, which actually really racked up some points. But what also helped was meters carried. Also beat 5 defenders, so look, if he can do that again, I'm hoping they're going to score some good points against Italy. So that's going to be points for goal. But also, look, he's a fullback, so he can make really decent meters and hopefully get some tries and assists. And then the pick that probably scares me the most, I would never have said this coming into the tournament, is Damien Penaud. So, looking at his stats, he's only made 75 metres. Now, for other positions, that would have been really decent. But by Penaud standards, it's not decent at all. We know they've played probably the 2 hardest fixtures in Ireland and Scotland. But Damien Penaud, world-class player, probably the best winger in the world, right? In terms of when he gets his hands on the ball and finishing ability. Has scored a try. He is against Italy, so I was so close to captaining him. His form has just made me put it on Ramos, as well as obviously that kicking responsibility. But I can't not pick Penaud against Italy. Or can you? So as I said at the start of the video, I have recorded this early, so the teams aren't out. You can probably see that from the screenshots. No green ticks or orange or red flags. Super sub, I have gone with Andy Christie. So I have backed Scotland, probably because Andy Christie plays for Saracens with lots of those England boys. If he is on the bench, which I probably think he will be, just for that dynamism and power off the bench, I think Townsend is just going to love the fact that he plays in England and just wants to get his own back on his teammates. Hoping he comes on early as well. If he does get the ball, he's super hard carrier. And look, I just do back him against England. Plays in England. I just think is a smart choice. So, that is my team selection for round 3. As I said, this is without the teams. Do I expect all of these people to start? Yes, I probably do. Maybe Andy Christie might start, but I do expect him to be on the bench. Let me know, as always, what you guys think down in the comments. I definitely need your guys' help this time, because for the past 2 rounds, not been ideal. So I definitely need to get back up the ranks. I'm hoping, especially with these good fixtures, I'm hoping I've picked some decent options. But look, we never know. If you've liked the video, drop me a like and also comment down below. Always read and reply to comments, and also subscribe. Good luck in the round. I'll see you in the next video.